Hi, I'm Pamela from Content Clarity, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about the benefits of niching down in your business. So welcome to Content Clarity, a channel all about busting the myths surrounding content creation so that you can create content with ease for your business and start to grow and scale it online. So back to niching. What exactly is it? Well, first up, if you're watching this and you're like, what even is a niche? Like, why are you pronouncing it like that? It's pronounced niche. There's two different ways that you can pronounce this word. It very much depends on where you are around the globe. I'm based in Scotland, so here we say niche. So I'm gonna stick with niche throughout this video. So if you're like, what's that? And you're from the States, it's niche, right? So both exactly the same thing. Now, why should we niche? Well, it just makes it so much easier to be heard and to rise above the crowd. I'm going to give you some examples here, right? I work in content. The content is a broad topic, right? Very broad, right? I could talk about social media and all the different platforms that are there. I could talk about content creation and all the different types of content like podcasts and videos and blog posts. I could talk about how to optimize blog posts and SEO and keyword optimization and how to do that on your websites, lead magnets, growing your email list. But there is just so many things that I could talk about when it comes to content. Now, if you were the first ever person to come out here and be like, do you know what, I talk about content, then that's fine, you're the first, you're going to get heard. But if you're not, and I'm very much not, and I'm aware that I'm very much not, then how am I going to get heard above the noise of all the other people who talk about content, right? I have to pick a niche. Now, there's various different ways that you can carve out a niche for yourself, and I'm just going to run through some examples. So first things first is a niche can be something that's relative to you, right? So this is where people are going to get misconception. They think they have to pick a demographic. I'm going after women, or I'm going after guys of a certain age, or it doesn't necessarily mean that when you say niche down, right? Your niche has to be something about that makes you unique, makes your business unique, to help you stand up and rise above the crowd and get heard. So you can very much carve a niche out for yourself if your personality, for example, is super duper different to the stereotype in your industry. One example of this is Rachel from Accountant She. Now, Rachel's in her 20s, right? She's female, she's shown up online wearing sweatshirts, very different to the stereotype 50 plus guy who's wearing like a brown suit from the 80s, who is making accounting sound really, really boring, right? Rachel's out there making it fun and doing reels and doing TikToks and trying to educate people and all the cool things, right? So she very much she can talk about all accounts, right? She doesn't have to niche because she's doing something that is staggeringly different in the industry. She is the niche, right? So there is something, right? So think about that. Is there some way that you can sort of differentiate yourself from the rest of your industry? That would be a niche. Another example of a niche is something probably a bit more familiar that you've probably heard of before. And yes, by all means, you can demographic, right? So you can zone into certain audience groups within your industry. Take, for example, Joe Wicks, the body coach, right? If you don't know who the body coach is, then he's someone who sort of rose to even extended fame during the pandemic as he became the UK's and in fact the world's PE teacher during the pandemic. Now, he's very well known in the sort of space. You know, he started off doing like 15-second stories, like recipes in 15 seconds. There's now loads of people doing that, right? So there's absolutely loads of people. So if you think about the people who are now riding his coattails of doing these quick 15-second recipes, if you look at what it is that they've done, they know that just doing that alone is not a differentiation. But what they are doing is they're picking a demographic, right? So we have the shirtless chef who's very much talking to sort of muscly bodybuilding kind of guys that are looking to sort of like, I don't want to say bodybuilding, but they want to be like lean. So he's very much speaking to those people. And there's loads of others, right? So there's people that are speaking to, there's Steve the fitness guy who very much is talking to women of a certain age. There's loads, right? There is loads. So again, a niche can be a demographic. Another example of a niche is picking something that's narrowing down. So by narrowing down, if I go back to the example I used about content, wow, it is massive, right? I could niche that down by either differentiating myself in the field, or I could niche it down by going for a demographic, but I could also niche it down by going for a specific set of topics or a topic. So right now, TikTok and Reels is obviously quite a buzz topic of right now. So I have a good chance of standing out in the industry, focusing in on that and being heard for that. And then once I'm heard, once I'm known, once I've grown an audience, I can start to spectrum out a little bit and grow my topics to be a little bit wider. So there's 3 good ways there that you can niche down. Which one do you think that you would use in your business if you're just starting out? Do you think you can differentiate yourself in your industry? Do you think that you're going to go down the demographic route? Or do you think that you're going to hone in on certain topics? Or indeed a mixture of those 3. Let me know down in the comments, and make sure that you like this video and subscribe, because I will be back again soon with another video. Thanks for watching.